Hello everyone, my name is Dash and welcome to Danganronpa. Last time we left off where we did the full investigation and now we're supposed to go to the... whatever that is, a courtroom? A trial. There you go. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
There's two of them. What? Hello. He's multiplied.
Wrong.
No, not multiplied. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast and it looks like I have multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along?
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then, if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Well, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You will never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume? Or the notes? Well, no, but... how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit. In my opinion, I don't think he is. I don't think so. I think he was set up. Or, I don't know, but I don't think it was him. I think, you know what I think? The one who killed, there's two dead bodies. One of them is dead, like, you know who, I don't know how to explain it, like, the person who killed the person died themselves. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about. Save your accusation for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi Ataka get away with it. For everyone who is still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. Like, one of them killed, like, what if they killed each other? And, I don't know. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. Hifumi. Okay, I think the fanfic guy, I think it was named Hifumi, I'm not sure, I'm not gonna like guess, but the fanfic guy killed the other guy and then he himself, you know? The killer is someone right here. Wrong. You'll see. Whatever, just go ahead. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard. Hold on. Door closed on their own. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. And the steel box began to move. Clunking on the elevator kept us company as we fell farther and farther down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. Not really have an option. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. Oh, did it change? When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Why? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I will never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Okay, sure. I'll save it. I will rewrite it. Doesn't really. Okay. Oh, shit. I never. Oh, set skills. I have it on. Okay, bet. Complete steadies your aim. Effects during the non-stop debate and the constant cost 3. Sure. Oh, cost 4. The focus gauge recovers more quickly. Effective during the non-stop debate. I want this one. Allows you to reload 2 bullets at once. I want to keep down one. Completely steadies your aim. Effective. I want that too. Reduces your aim speed. Effective. I want every single one of them. Please. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during. I don't care about that one. Sure. Let's do this. How do I leave? Okay, open E. I don't care for that. You know, we're just gonna do it. Like, psh. It's different.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
I don't think. Okay, my opinion. Putting my 2 coins in this. It's not him who did it. I think it was the fanfic. They what's the panda, what the bear, whatever. He did kind of hinted that there is 2 people included. So there were the killer, of course, and someone helping them. I think this guy who are they blaming for, he was helping, but he was not in charge. He was helping out, maybe as he didn't even know he was helping out. But the killer, the actual person who did all of this, was the fanfic guy. That's what I think. That's just my opinion, but we'll see.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer? Or before anything else, we have to make that clear. I forgot how to play this game. I forgot. What is that? Yeah, whose message? Oh, whoa.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
No.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Wait, what? I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awful messy. If I remember right, here's handwriting is...
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are
Do I... Okay.
No, that's wrong!
Alright.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
My jam was dude, this is such a good song. I don't know what to say. It's just keeping me off.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Yes! Thank you.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
Hero.
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course he passes it. He passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been ensued. Hero, Hina, the Illuminati. Who's Hero? Oh shit. It was Hero. Who's Hero?
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been.
Who's Hero?
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Hero.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
Girl, who's Hero?
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
Oh, Hero. Oh my gosh, I need to remember the names. Okay, if Hero is the person that they're like blaming right now. Oh, you did it. You killed them. The magician guy, the one that will tell you your future or whatever. That guy. Yes, he was in the suit, but he didn't do any of it. He was helping, and I quote.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Yes.
So what you're saying is...
Oh, okay, that actually makes sense. The fanfic guy killed the other guy because they were both obsessed over the... What's it called? The alter ego. They were both obsessed over it, and then he was like, no, I can only be... alter ego is only mine, she's mine. And so, enraged, he killed the other guy that had white hair. And then he officially did it himself because I don't think he could handle it. But then he put Hero as in to make him the suspicious person or just to help him out. That, you know what I mean? You know, you see.
Right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What?
Uh-huh.
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
The cart.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
The cart.
Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The things that were used to, there must have been this.
I got it!
Yes, sir. There's still one more thing. The thing that we used to move. Another thing. I don't remember that. Blue tar must be. I read that one. I don't think that really matters. Celestia account, message, trouble, just a blur, broken wristwatch, got a scrap paper, the note, handbook. Might be this one.
I got it!
Yes.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude? What the hell exactly?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
No shit, Celeste, no shit.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
But why would there be bloodstains?
He's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway.
Bitch?
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Bitch? Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind. There's literally all the evidence that there is literally marks of blood. Celeste, what the fuck? If I could just explain to them what dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Sure. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we are gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you will see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statement. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button wouldn't be enough to handle down. Now, it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you're out of the bullet, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in the time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has a function along with the RMB and LMB buttons. You'll automatically reload at the start of favorite time and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is to set to gentle, you won't have to reload at low. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't know if I have reload. I don't know if I'm a gentle. Oh shit.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
How do I reload?
Do your worst. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are
What do I do? I'm Lowkey lost.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
Alright.
You are a fool. Do your worst. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Did I die? How do I reload? No, but girl, I don't care. Move past this. How do I reload? Yes, please.
I refuse to give up yet.
But how the hell do I... What? I'm so lost. I should have put it to... Excuse me, I should have put it to gentle. Not at all. I don't care. I should have read it again, actually. Like, I am pressing tab, but at the same time when I'm pressing tab, it just misses, so...
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch.
Okay, I had it.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
I can't. This is. Oh my gosh.
You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
I lost the tempo.
You are a fool. Do your worst.
I lost the tempo. Please give me back.
Miserable wretch.
What do you mean negative? How do I do it back?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Did I do it?
I cannot agree.
What do I do?
This should prove it.
Okay. Y'all, that was insane. That was. I low-key liked it.
You're asking for proof that the dolly moved. I have it right here.
It was so fun. Oh, I want to do it again. I was so like concentrated on that thing. It was so cool. And then
When
whatever.
I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Oh, bitch, I don't like her anymore. You know, she was my favorite, but then she was like, right now, she was like, no one expects much from you anyways. Bitch ass? Like, girl. Jeez, the Celestia really hate me that much? I don't fucking like her anymore, dude.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
It was the fanfic guy, of course, obviously.
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it will be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Oh my god. Robo Justice costume, okay.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Yes it does though.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem.
Girl.
So the killer just crouched and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything, then you must realize that sorry.
You can't bend down and oh,
As
whatever.
we know, and from there.
Yeah, then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind.
Well, yeah, but all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yeah, okay.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, I'm right. I knew it, I just forgot how to shoot.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together.
I'm glad it's a bat in here. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was me. We did that, so I'm not gonna. I should have, but.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
when you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in its parts.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body, because you can't take it off by yourself. I think so. Yeah.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this build, with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
Yeah.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
Because Hifumi probably asked for it to get help. Or he just did it by himself. I don't know.
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How'd you get hurt? The guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Is she stupid? Like, generally. Like, what the fuck is she on about?
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
No, that's gotta be not right.
Hold on a second!
It's not him.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
You know what I think? Sorry to interrupt, but the what's his name? The bear does have like a spy in his command, and I think it was that girl that is next to her, the pink hair one. I forgot her name, but I think she was with the bear talking about it, so that's why she went and I quote missing, because she was talking to the bear. That's why she can't explain where she was. So that's just what I'm thinking.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
But my mystery, shut the fuck up.
I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the third floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
My bad. Celeste was wrong. That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down in the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Me? Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for two missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
If it was Celeste, I wouldn't even question it. Like, dude, if it was Celeste, is it Celeste or Celeste? Whatever. If she was, she was. I don't even care at this point. I don't like her anymore.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradiction hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth in this case, I have to find him no matter what. Uh-oh. Oh no. Monokuma File 3. Oh, like I remember, dude.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Yeah.
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's dead.
See? So it's
Okay,
obvious
whatever.
Taka
I missed. Do I lose anything?
So, I wonder if or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No?
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's dead.
What?
So it's obvious Taka came. So, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
Okay, there you go. Oh my god, don't scare me like that. Makes me think something weird is going on. Oh.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
So what do I shoot? Are they really related?
What order they were killed in.
Girl, what?
Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
What?
Shoot.
I'm gonna die. Wait,
So,
what?
regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before, perhaps it was after.
Okay, hold on.
Taka came last
What makes you say
because of the number.
It's true that Hifumi, while Taka's death, came from a swing.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Just a hammer were numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka's death,
So what does that even
I
mean?
wonder if he died before perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
what makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
Dude, what? Girl, I'm dead. I don't know where to shoot.
So, regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the
What
justice
if I shoot
hammers.
here?
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer, while Taka's death came from a...
See?
I'm so lost. I can't shoot anywhere. Where would I?
I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
What does that even mean?
Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death came.
See?
I'm so lost. It literally doesn't matter.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
See, it doesn't matter. Literally, there's two of them. I'm dead, but like, what? Where do I even shoot? Hello? I'm so what? There's. It's not I can even switch. Like I thought I could switch the, Yeah, please.
I refuse to give up yet.
Like, you either give me the Monokuma File 3 or like something else. But I can't switch it. I only have one bullet. See? Monokuma File 3. And there's nothing else. So where the... What?
So, regarding Taka's, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Girl, we're numbered, but...
So, regarding Taka's,
What?
I wonder if he died before, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in.
What the fuck do I do if I'm on this camera like that? Makes me think something's... Dude, what the fuck? Yeah, I can't shoot anything. What are you talking about?
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
What does that mean?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka
What does that
came
mean?
last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3,
While Taka's death,
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
Girl.
So, regarding, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
it's true that Hifumi, while Taka's death,
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
Help?
I wonder if he died before, perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice
Oh
Hammers.
shit.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while
I'm gonna
Taka's
cry.
death came from a swing of Justice.
See? So it's obvious Taka came
I will genuinely cry right now. I don't know where to shoot. I don't know. Were they really used in that order? What the fuck are you talking about?
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
I will cry. I don't like this. I will genuinely cry. I hate this.
Regarding, I wonder if or perhaps it was.
Literally, you're giving me two of these,
Taka came last.
and I can't use any of them. Can I switch the bullet?
Because of the numbering of the Justice.
I can't switch the bullet or anything. The victims are human meat. The cause of death for each was blown in the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. Similar weapon. The numbering,
It's true
okay.
that Hifumi was killed with
Justice, while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
Bro, what?
So, I wonder if he or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
I'm gonna skip. I'm looking it up. I don't care if it's, oh, you're looking it up, you're skipping your shit. I don't care. I literally don't know what to do here. I am skipping this. I will look it up. I'm generally like about to crash the fuck out. It's pissing the fuck out on me.
Or perhaps it was after.
Okay, however, we are continuing this.
We
I
already
think
know what order they were killed in.
the people's, like, I'm looking at one of them. They have 3 bullets. I don't have 3 bullets.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was
How do I
killed
change
with
my
Justice
bullet?
Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See?
I'm gonna cry. I don't like this. I only have 1 bullet. How do I switch a bullet?
I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
How do I switch it?
Perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Like, I'm supposed to have 3 bullets and it's supposed to be a choice. But you're only giving me 1 bullet and you're like, I'm just what?
I wonder if or perhaps it was. We
Okay.
already know what order they were killed in.
I'm just gonna die.
So, regarding, I wonder if or perhaps it was. We already know what order Taka came last.
Okay, whatever, skip that one.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Okay.
So, I wonder if or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
Okay, I'm dead. Okay, sure. Sure. Let's see what if it changed a thing. Nobody believes me. Whatever. Dude, if you're gonna give me 1 bullet, I don't know what to do. I genuinely do not know what to do because the game is unequal broken. I don't think so. Give it another shot, please.
I refuse to give up yet.
Or how do I change my bullet? How do I change it? How do I change it? How
Regarding
do I change it? Can I just do this? How do I change it? You know what? I'll be back again. I don't know what to do. I genuinely do not know what to do. By holding left mouse on it. What? Please kill me.
so, regarding Taka's
What is that?
I wonder if he died before
What is this?
or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What order? What?
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi
Whoa,
was killed
hold
with
on.
Justice Hammer
Maybe
3,
this is what I'm
while
supposed to do.
Taka's death came from
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
Maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Regarding, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
What the fuck? How the fuck would you... How would you even...
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
How would you even... I'm gonna cry. I will literally go cry in the corner now because what the fuck was that? Oh my god.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yes, because Hifumi killed Taka. 2 + 2.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Shut the fuck up. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. Oh bitch, don't do that shit again. Hangman's. Oh my gosh. How do I play this game? How do I play this game? Wristwatch. Where is W? I need a W, right? Wrist. Y. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Now I understand.
Lord have mercy. This game is so complicated.
Got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey you, how long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he started pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
What was that? That came from downstairs and it must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad, come on, we had to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true! We're all in the clear!
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
Huh.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up!
It's a good point though, that was kinda good, but I don't know.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time!
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
The roller?
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We couldn't have not been gone for more than a minute or two though. So then the kid was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time. Oh, he stood up himself. He just went. It would seem so. He moved.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
If he just stood up and went himself.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Exactly. Girl, please don't make that, huh? Bitch ass.
The dead body moved on its own?
It wasn't dead.
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Girl, he was literally crying on your knees. What are you talking about?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Yes.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
But then he somehow awakened and started crying and telling you like, oh, it was him, he killed me. Like, what are you talking about?
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
How is it not? The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Oh my gosh, literally put me in that game. I will eat them all alive. Broken wristwatch. What do I do with that?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Yeah.
It is impossible.
It's
Hifumi
impossible.
was dead, without a doubt.
Bitch, did you check
And
it?
you know that how?
Exactly.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
But like,
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are
girl.
we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oop. Whatever.
Shoot!
Okay, hold on.
Are you saying that when we first found
It has
Hifumi
nothing to
in
do
the
with the
nurse's office,
wristwatch,
there's a
watch.
chance he was
Actually still alive.
You see? It has nothing to do with the wristwatch. Shit, maybe I shouldn't risk
Are
it.
you saying that when we first...
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No.
How do I do that?
it
I
is
forgot.
impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended
Hold on,
to
do it
signal someone
again.
else's.
Ooh, I shouldn't have skipped
Are
that.
you
Should have
saying
read.
that when we first... There's a chance you...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
Shoot!
Okay, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to
Are you
use?
saying that when we first... There's a
Chance he was actually still alive.
No. It is impossible.
Oh,
Hifumi was dead,
And you know that how?
surely you heard the body discovery announcement.
Hifumi's dead body
Had been found.
And that is why the...
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
whatever.
discovery.
I don't care. I literally do not care anymore. Please let me out of this game. I hate this
Are
game
you
so
saying that
much.
when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance
He was actually still alive.
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Shortly, you heard the body of Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Bro, what? Okay, I have a last one chance. If it doesn't work, I will lose my shit.
He was actually still alive.
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Shortly, you heard the body of Hifumi's dead, and that is. Are we really?
But how does that make
Maybe
sense?
The announcement was intended to signal someone else's
It-
discovery.
Kill me, kill me, kill me, please. I literally don't know what to do in this game. What do you want me to do with the broken wristwatch? Girl, I don't give a fuck. But no one believes you. I don't care. Please, just end the trial. I don't care. The killer can live off. I don't care. I literally don't care. I literally do not care. Okay, let's go. Let's skip it and let's read it.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance you
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Shortly, you heard the body of Hifumi's dead body had been. And that is. Are we real?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. But Hifumi and Taka bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's
What?
office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that.
How? Shortly, you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
What if I just do that?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
there's a chance he
No. If Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Shortly, you heard the body discovery and Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Oh my god, kill me. Why is it so hard to play this game?
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Yeah.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Ah, okay.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Because then Hifumi was dead.
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Yeah. The second body discovery announcement, the first time I played was where we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. And the second time was when, just after Hifumi came back to life, when both bodies were discovered. This.
I got it!
Yes.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong, a body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. Literally, you have the worst logic right now. You were like, oh, it's impossible. He was dead. Whatever, look at you now.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Are you stupid? Like, literally, is she in the game? Like, is she here? I don't think there's anything that can prove he was still alive. Like, does she seek for evidence? His glasses were wiped off.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
You're pointless. I don't like her. I hate her. She pisses the fuck out of me right now. There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I would find it and show it to everyone. Yes, that's literally what I said. Hifumi's glasses. Literally, his glasses were wiped off.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
Yeah.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Stupid, blind ass. I hate her. I hate her so much. You have no idea.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses.
Make your
That
Makoto.
fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Bitch ass, look at yourself.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was the... this thing. Yes.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
Are y'all stupid?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
She's the killer. I think she's the killer. I will vote for her. I don't even care, dude. Get her out of here. She is so defensive right now. I don't know. I don't care.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Exactly. Why would you?
That's a good point.
Well, it must have been him, right?
No shit.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Well, that's a good point right now.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! Oh, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one home Taka's body was Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
He was one of the assailants. So he wasn't the main person.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
It was Celeste.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
I like that she has a smirk on her face.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
No. The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka. Hifumi stole. I think Hifumi stole from Taka. Maybe this one.
I got it!
Oh, I just
You're
guessed.
talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Uh-oh.
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a home maybe we can use to escape. But Akuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
Uh-huh.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
Dude, no shit.
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Me. Taka. Another person could only have been Hifumi's pants.
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Happy! Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. Not again, dude, not again. Please, not again. I hate this game. You're giving me 3 bullets now, wow.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to me?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
Oop. The time of the notes at 6 a.m. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's what I need to clear out. Okay.
The note, right? Then the person it was intended for
This.
must have been Happy.
But remember what the note said.
What time did it say to
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
Easy.
It's wrong.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that. No further objections.
Lord.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
What if Hifumi stole the note from Taka? There was like a little piece. This. Maybe, let's see.
I got it!
Yep.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There is only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
No.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, no.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Celeste?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
Yeah, I wouldn't glaze her.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Ifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
What the heck?
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
Maybe it wasn't hammers. Maybe it was something
Personally,
else.
I haven't a clue.
Oh, bitch ass, shut the hell up. It's you. Personally, I haven't a clue. It's you.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Uh-huh.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon I was actually used to kill Hifumi, the whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. Oh my god. I don't care, find it by yourself. I literally do not partake in this. Spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Was it justice, maybe justice?
well, whatever. 1, how was the culprit able to move?
How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Ugh. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. I want to stab your seriously adorably serious face off. Girl, please. Okay, I don't know. I'm just
What
guessing.
was used to kill
I
Hifumi?
literally didn't mean that. But whatever. I'm trying to skip it. I literally didn't mean that.
What was used? Was it just maybe justice?
Well, there's 1, how was the culprit? How did nobody... Sounds like a Justice Hammer! Check out murdergear.com!
Well, one thing.
The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
Easy.
No, it's wrong.
Well, not really, but you know.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Dude, it's literally you. Stop like defending yourself. It's her. 100%.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
But look, because there was a note saying like, oh look, there's a hole. And we can I can help you out. Like, there's a hole we can look through, blah blah blah, and we can get out. So in order to get to that hole, you need to do this for me, and then I'm gonna tell you where the hole is so you can get out. You know what I'm talking about?
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought of first, but... Chicken butt, what do you mean butt? Spotless hammer, literally no. I need to do that thing
Based
again.
on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Even if more than one person from only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, and assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Maybe it's
The rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Huh. I don't know.
Based on the rules that have been, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people,
That is,
but that only really, in this case,
However, there were two murders.
Oh, I'm literally putting impossible into two murderers. Hold on, I don't even know what I'm doing.
based on the rules that have been, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true,
that is.
but that only really, in this case,
However, there were two murders.
Okay.
based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
There you go. Okay.
It's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed the fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Celeste?
That's problem numero uno right now!
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way this case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. I might be wrong, but I'm putting her. I don't know. I think it's her.
Here's my answer.
Shit, it is her.
It was Celeste.
What the fuck?
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yes, you stupid ass bitch. What the fuck? She was my favorite too.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
Yeah.
So what you are saying then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit bump
brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Oh, look who's defending themselves now.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Excuse me, the screaming. Lowkey. No shit.
Shoot!
Whatever. Encountering the suspicious individual.
I got it!
Yeah.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
I literally hate every single character in this game, but the dude that I was just talking about. Like, the one I'm playing as, he's fine, he's chill. Any other of them, like, our Lowkey started, like, kind of like, oh, Byakuya's, he's alright. Fuck no. Fuck his four-eyed bitch ass.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Why she looked like that?
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the shady costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was walking the stairs as he headed further down in the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we gotta go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
She's smart, Lowkey.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split up into groups? I'll leave the hunting party. This seems much more interesting. Very well, then Magro and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Tokobyaki and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
Huh.
It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
Huh.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I was not expecting this, and I imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Wow.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Sure.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die, just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Because she literally didn't care about it. She was like, oh, you just have to adapt.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Ah.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Like I said, it's Celeste. Comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to? Okay. Marukuma file 3. Wrong. Okay, whatever. I have to again do that thing.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to
That
shoot.
is all I said.
And that's all it takes to what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
When she said that she should only know about Hifumi's death. But I don't know what's the training, but I know what to. Hold on, I think I know what to
They
do.
must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die.
Just like
I didn't mean to shoot. I didn't mean to shoot. No, shit. I didn't mean to. I need.
All I said
Stop.
was, we must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die.
just like those guys died.
And that is all.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Huh. Don't expect it to do the work for you. Figure it out for yourself why her comment doesn't make sense. I know what it doesn't make sense. I know it. I just do not know how
All
to.
I said was, they must
Put it.
really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Okay, sure.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die.
Just like those.
There you go.
No, that's wrong. That's
Break me
right.
free, bro.
There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Ew.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
You literally was
How do you
working with
explain
it.
this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
You literally put. What's his name? Hero? I forgot his name. You. Girl.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Or did I?
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanation? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. The only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. Hifumi and the suspect have been drinking. Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. Maybe.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Girl, please.
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Ew. Ew, she disgusts me. Ew. So that's the thing, she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Okay. I don't want to make those stupid arguments anymore. Robojuice's costume. Yes, here is a message. Sure, let's
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect is if the person inside the suit was unconscious. There's no way they could stand up straight like that.
I don't know. I literally don't know. Okay. Oh shit, I'm almost dead, by the way.
Up in that, then you just draped it. You tried to make me look.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person in there's no way they could stand a fortune teller.
No way!
Okay, there's like a hint. If I remember right, Hina said, she said that she couldn't bend at the waist. What the fuck is
You dressed me up
that?
in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Did I do it? No? What? Girl, what?
You dressed me
Oh,
up in
wait.
that suit after I passed out.
Then you just draped me across. You tried to make me
So it
look.
doesn't work?
I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture,
There's
the
some
suspect
blueprints.
is the person in there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
What? I'm dead, but whatever. This is my, like, what, third, fourth time dying in this game? Like, just this semester, not this semester. This trial, case number 3. Oh my god. But it is though.
Refuse to give up yet.
It's the costume. You can't bend. Well, I'm gonna try it again because I think I did it wrong. I have more hearts now, so I don't care. Okay, skip.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just drape me across Hifumi and had
You tried to make me look.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person in there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Exactly, that's what I thought I did the first time. Okay, well, that's what literally I meant to do because, you know.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bet at the way he seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Ew, why does she look like that?
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Ew, she looks like a spider.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said people's last names. He gave everyone nicknames. Either this or that.
I got it! That's
Total
right.
guess.
Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
Right now, maybe, perhaps, yeah. Oh,
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. Please. spotless hammer Yashira's message? I don't know. Let's do...
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that...
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told.
How many times do I have to tell me? No. Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go?
I'm not pretending, and since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
Oh shit, I shouldn't have skipped.
Hifumi was
Okay, let's
wanted
go
us to
back.
know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go?
I'm not pretending, and since you have no way to contradict me...
Okay, then I don't know.
Shoot!
Hifumi was trying to tell us something.
E-handbook?
He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
Girl, I don't know. Hold on, let me skip. I'm gonna skip and see the hint because I literally do not know where to go about it.
Hifumi was trying... He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending, and since you have... That's the only truth there is! Moron!
If I remember, there's something here that shows its owner's real name. I'm sure Kyoko mentioned something like that at some point. It may not be related to the case, but it might something really anyway. The E-handbook
Hifumi
maybe.
was trying to
Tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you.
Okay, let's go there again.
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending, and since
you have no way to contradict me.
There you go.
No, it's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name, and always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Pretty please with cherry on top, please. Like she will, dude.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Are you gonna make me die? I hate to do it. I hate this more than anything. Since when there's this one? That was from last case. And this one was from different. What? I don't even know what to do here. Time. Maybe. Picture. Maybe. No. This was... Shade, I actually have no idea. This is handbook number 4. Okay. Here. Then I don't know what's here. Here. I don't know either. I literally do not know. Moving, I guess. That's funny. Maybe. I literally do not know. Oh no. No, give me that back. I literally... Well, what was here then? Actually, maybe it's this one. I don't know. I don't know. I actually do not know. Like, what could possibly be here? Sure.
Here's exactly what happened.
It's not exactly. I literally do not know.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Oh. Literally the first one. How do I make him? Like this? What would I put here then? Let's do... time for now.
Here's exactly what happened.
Oh shit, the wrong picture. Wrong picture. I'm losing life over this. I completely forgot. Wrong picture, buddy. I need this one. But what the heck was that? Bro. Okay. Sure, for now. I literally don't know.
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer...
Okay.
Hifumi, with an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
I'm losing my shit. Then what could possibly be here then? The backpack. I don't know what the backpack means.
The killer is... you!
What the fuck? Girl, what? I don't even know what that means. Where is he? What does that mean? The time, maybe? Oh yes, it's 1 a.m. Okay.
Here's exactly what happened. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
This is stupid that I have to die just because I don't know. Oh, maybe I should have paid it closer attention. I literally don't know. It's literally so confusing to make that little puzzle. Do it again.
I refuse to give up yet.
Okay, let's see. I have. Okay, sure. Okay. It was this, then it was 1 a.m. I'm actually gonna put this here. 1 a.m. Here it was picture. Hammer number 4. No. Time. Hammer number 4. The picture. What does the chips have to do with anything? Closing hammer number 2. This one. Hammer number 3. Move. What was this one?
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything,
Okay, let us skip through here.
Hifumi.
Okay.
First, that's some murder. They drugged him. Next, well, they did when they were done with him.
There you go.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
Uh-huh.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
Chicken butt.
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. villain behind it all is...
Celeste. That is pretty. Oh. Are they kissing? What is this? What's happening? Oh.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
I lost?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, never mind. I was so scared. Oh my gosh, this is such a long episode. I am so sorry.
I lost?
Yes, you did.
When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Yeah.
Diego?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Did her voice just change? The accent? C. I've never gotten a C, y'all. 9997 points. Wow.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Her accent disappeared.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
Or, hold on.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Excuse me, you know what? I loved her. I loved her so much, and it's so sad that I completely changed her. As she is the killer. Whenever she said like, oh, there's literally, we don't expect much from you, I was like, hell no. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The black one this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scene was Celeste the Ringer, or more preciously, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost, well that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi Inebiru was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure should have lied on her, especially lying. Especially, don't make me laugh. I don't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use, you know... I knew you'd figured it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taiko were both super into. The alter ego. Does she mean? Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt, we're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan that you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
what? Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As I turned it on, I found a use for the digital camera. I was taking you know what to Taka's room earlier and I took a picture of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. but how'd he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. Excuse me. You are correct, which is why Taco forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did.
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say he abused me.
What?
He took pictures. He said if I do not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. I knew he'd be gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life.
Completely unforgivable!
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean Taka is going to try to kill you.
Let go!
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard.
Unforgivable! Completely unforgivable!
Bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear,
I have to save her.
save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The fact that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every exception. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I'm crying.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to stay. He'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. You really believe that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no plan to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's not an issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he deserves his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things so far? This far? Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million one Akuma offered us? That is a lot of money. It's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought had been escape.
but...
All along, you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out of it. Every day was fresh torture. And do you know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, excuse me, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And that was dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle. Oh hell nah. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler slash bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. While attempting that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of the decadence? Descendants?
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. To have men dress up as vampires to serve your every need? Sure, whatever. Combined with my own winnings, but Akuma $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it.
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing to sacrifice others for my own nets. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrevealed, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Mayor Antonietta.
Hey,
I'm sorry, I said it wrong. You just get executed again. Celeste smiled, then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all down? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black and disturbed the piece and must be the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
The ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
I'm gonna miss her. Even though I started disliking her, I will miss her. I think she's gonna kill somebody, but like, you know... Like, look how pretty she is. Oh, so they're literally executing her? Yeah. Wow. The writing of the Versal Witch. Oh, they're gonna burn. Oh, shit. Oh, that is torture. Why is every character is put up to torture? You know, the killers? Like, they're literally like a torture, every single one. Aww. Oh shit. Oh well, I will miss her. She was one of my favorite characters. Until the point she was like, there's literally, we don't expect much from you. I was literally pissed off about that fact. It's over. The third execution is over. Celestia's death is over. Celestia killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Scream!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Geez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
I don't care about hope. I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not, and it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of a key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What'd you do? What did you do? To me.
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh. How exciting.
Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? What the hell? Exactly. The measurement did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time to get out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on and enjoy your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later.
Marco disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Marco already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
Excuse me, what? Then that means? Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easier to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea, excuse me. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. And I will stop here. Because it's been like 2.5 hours. I am so sorry this episode took this much long. I'm literally in torture myself right now. Did I do it? It's 12 a.m. I'm gonna do another one just because I can. Oh my gosh. Well, dude, I love Celeste. From the first time I saw her, I was like, oh my gosh, I love her. And like, I love her so much. But then she was like, we literally don't expect much from you. Like, it's okay to be wrong. That literally pissed the fuck out of me. And then she was defending herself a lot. So he just kind of like moved her. Like, oh, it's her. So, I don't know. I loved her until the point when she said that, like, you know, if I still loved her so much and she didn't say any of that, I would feel so bad that she's gone. Right now, I'm just like, she shouldn't have said some words. She shouldn't have, like, you stupid bitch. She shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. Whatever's done, it's done. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next one. Thank you.